It's science, science, science. It's science, science, science. It's molecules, it's data, it's fiction. It's levelers and clamps and instruments. It's data. It's S.C.I.E.N.C.E.
My friends, I'm pretty excited about the science today. I'm always excited about science. As you can see, I get to wear the science coat today. I'm going to just put the instrument down here. And you know, Miss Rebecca, that was a lovely song. I felt like that was the first time you added to our intricate lyrics the word instrument.
I think it was. And you know, I'll be truthful with you. I was thinking of our science xylophone.
Yeah.
And that's the instrument I was singing about. But now that you've, pointed out that I included the word instrument, there's many, many scientific instruments.
Dude, I was thinking it's like the perfect word. Because, you need music for science. We have our science musical instrument, the xylophone, like you said. But then all of these things could be instruments too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Let me show you which ones we're not going to need today, though. We're not going to need the floppy tape measure.
I'm so surprised.
I know. It's going to be there just in case. We're not going to need this. Although we will need part of this family. Not this particular family, but maybe it's cousins.
Maybe you should set it down with the xylophone so you can point out to our friends what the cousins are.
That's a good idea. This, we don't need this. I forget what this is. Scale.
Scales of justice.
Yeah, scales of justice. And we don't need the clamps, which is strange, but just not for today. We also don't need any rocks, not 1, 2, or 3. We will not need the leveler. We will not need the leveler. Although, I have to say, this liquid in here, if we knew what this was and it wasn't dangerous, this might be something that could be useful, but we're not going to use it because we're not going to make it open.
Why don't you set it on the table? Let's see if the table's level.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Looks level.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. It's like a bonus factoid during science.
Dude, that was really cool.
Wow.
We don't need this. I know you have more grace towards this, but I don't. I'm not even going to give it a name today.
It's because we somehow always forget what it's called.
I know. Actually, we do need funnel A.
What?
I know.
Wow.
We do not need funnel B.
Okay.
Oh, we should use funnel B. We might as well, because they kind of go together.
Well, do we need to get both dirty?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Just to make sure it's an unspoiled experiment.
Contaminated.
And we don't need the beaker.
Okay.
But
every time the word beaker is used, I think of Beaker from the Muppet Babies.
I know, me too. I love Beaker.
Wait, is Beaker the narrow one?
Beaker's the one
who goes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I think of.
I have my science outfit on, but I also have something new. Under my hat, I have a hat. And this is, a lot of people, as soon as I took this off, you were like, South Park Eagles. No. Science person.
Oh, nice.
So I'm actually going to leave that on.
Way to do that.
Yes, science person. All right. Now, we're going to be introducing some new tools. We're going to be using Petri dish A.
Wow, Petri dishes.
Petri dish B. And I know a lot of you are thinking the Dick Van Dyke Show, Rob Petrie.
Not at all.
It's Petri.
Not at all.
And we're going to need Petri dish C.
What?
A, B, C. C was just added about 3 minutes ago.
Why? Was that what you were rummaging around next door for?
We could explore this even further. There's a book. Oh, here it is. We need this book because this is the book that Miss Rebecca introduced us to yesterday. Gene Potter's Science in Seconds for Kids. Over 100 experiments you can do in 10 minutes or less. Thanks, Gene. Love Gene. And we're going to be working with magnetism today.
Wow.
Which is why I mentioned these guys right here, because these guys are magnets. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right, so we're going to use their cousins today, because as nice as those are at being magnets, we need magnets that show different strengths. Like this right here, Miss Karen, she's a scientist. She's from the South. She's a Southern scientist. She's in Bethel. And these were the best magnets ever. Like, these were so cool. I can't remember what she did with them. Something weird. But this is a magnet, and I can prove it to you. This is a paper clip, or as the French say, a papier clip.
I don't think they say that.
They say papier. All right, so watch this.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's
Do it again.
nice.
Do it again.
This is a strong magnet.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. You just like.
That's like a superhero magnet.
I know.
Oh.
Dude, it made it jump up on it. It's a good one.
Hey, do that jumping again.
Watch this.
Wow.
Yeah, this is cool.
That could just be the science show, you know.
I know. But we're going to see.
You could have saved your experiment and could have just played with that hardcore magnet for science.
Cool. Like, look, they're already globbed onto this. And when you, we'll get into that a little later, but watch this. It's so powerful, it makes it like, we'll learn about that another time. But, so we have three paper clips. 1, 2, 3, okay? And you can see what else we have. 3 Petri dishes. 1, 2, 3. Now, we're going to see how liquid impacts magnetism.
Wow.
And first, we're going to use some regular old tap water. And why they call it tap water is this water helps you tap dance. And right now, I'd like to do a little something for you from 1954's A Star is Born. You gotta have me go with you. You gotta have me and you. Okay. I don't know how to tap dance. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to open Petri dish 1. Okay. Pay no attention, it says the Children's Department of Carnegie Library, Pittsburgh. I don't know how we ended up with that.
Huh.
Thank you, CFP. Anyway, look, watch. Whoop! No water's, boop, there's nothing in there, okay? We're going to pour a little water in here. Oh, no. We're going to use funnel A.
Ah, keeping it neat.
Yeah. All right. Just get the bottom of the Petri dish wet.
Okay.
So you can see. All right. Now let's see if the water impedes the magnet's attraction. No.
Whoa!
It didn't bother. It was just like, yeah.
No.
I'm not going to stop it.
Now I wonder if like when there's a shipwreck and like there's stuff in like the water, if the big boats or whatever goes out to get the stuff that's sunk underwater, if part of how they retrieve it is with super special magnets.
Dude, I think they do. Didn't I see something on the Titanic about that?
I don't know. And then how would salt water affect it? Like ocean salt water.
We should get some salt.
Wow.
We should do that. Was this the funnel that I used for the water?
I don't know.
Yeah, this one's better. Okay. All right, so with this, we're going to use an element that is thicker. This is Golden Chef vegetable oil. And as Miss Rebecca says, much like the sprinkles, this is of an indeterminate age.
That's why we're using it for experiments.
When I worked at S.C.I.E.N.C.E library, we had stuff that was 8 years old. We had stuff, well, I worked there 18 years later.
You know what? It wasn't old. It was just vintage ingredients.
Vintage. So here, look, you can see this is thicker than water. And Andy Gibb had a song called Vegetable Oil is Thicker Than Water.
For real?
Nah, it was called Love is Thicker Than Water or something like that. Alright, so then we place the papier clip into, and watch, you'll even see it'll go down a little slower.
It did.
It did. It's weird. So let's see if it jumps up. Remember this jumped up?
Wow.
Let's see if it can jump up through the vegetable oil with as much vigor. I think.
Yeah. I don't know if it had as much vigor. You know what? You can just wipe the magnet on the lab coat because I'll take that home and wash it.
We can wash it here.
Oh, yeah. I guess we can.
Because we have a bleach. All right. So now what I'm going to use is honey.
Oh.
Which we don't even need funnel A or funnel B because this has
What?
This has a spout on it. And we'll see.
Where'd you scrounge this honey up at?
The honey's pretty old.
You mean it's vintage?
Vintage.
Well,
So
that's
you can
very
even see
thick.
It's very thick.
Is viscous a word that means thick?
I don't know.
That doesn't look tasty.
It doesn't look very... I don't think I've ever had honey. This is old honey. Miss Jill from Shaler, a different Miss Jill, she gave me some fresh honey. This is not that honey. Because it would... Yeah, I wouldn't use that for an experiment. Okay, so you can see how much more slowly that... And you can even see the honey didn't even spread out.
No.
It's
just like hanging out
viscously
there.
Sitting there. Let's see what happens. Should we push it down further in?
I know.
Okay.
Your hand's going to be all yucky. Whoa! It was struggling.
It was struggling. I could feel it struggle.
Wow.
I am going to push it down. Let's see if it's even slower.
It's trying.
Ah!
You dropped it!
Bro.
What a mess.
Oh.
Well, that was really neat.
You have to sacrifice for science.
You do.
Let's learn about the science behind it.
Let's.
From Gene Potter. Okay, here's the thing. This experiment was called liquid attraction. How does the consistency of a liquid influence magnetic attraction? In the water, attracting paper clips is easy. But when you tried it in vegetable oil, it met a little resistance, as we saw.
Mm-hmm.
The paper clips in the syrup, this said to use syrup, we didn't have any syrup, were the most difficult to move. Results show that the thickness of a liquid influences magnetic attraction. So how do we apply that to everyday life? Here's one thing. Say you really like somebody and you want to ask them out on a date. You hope that there'll be some kind of mutual attraction. You already are attracted to them and you're hoping that they'll be attracted to you too. That means that a date that would be just dating in air would be good. Attraction could proceed as normal. Dating in swimming water would be good. It'd be a little bit harder because there'd be water. But if you go on a date in which you have to jump into a pot of honey or jump into a pot of syrup or some other viscous kind of material and then conduct your date, there could be significantly less attraction. And that is how you can apply science to everyday life. Because a lot of people think, who cares? But you will care if you're trying to win the heart of your sweetheart. And that, my friends, is the science of love.
It's science, science, science. It's science, science, science. It's magnetism. It's viscousness. It's
Polymers.
polymers.
It wasn't today, but that's okay.
It's friction. It's metamorphosis. It's data. My friends, it's science, science, science. It's S.C.I.E.N.C.E. S.C.I.E.N.C.E.
Science and love.
Thanks, friends.